Hello there. Once again, I'm doing a video that wormed its way into my head due to a comment from a viewer.
Если бы я еще понимала, что он там базарит.
What's that? Oh, no, that's the wrong one. There we go.
I have a question. Why is young Peter Hale so deceptive and seeming like one of the bad guys? Shouldn't he have only started to be bad and crazy after the fire, not before?
The simple answer is that Peter was always a bad guy. That's bad in the old comic book vernacular, not this new, overly complicated universe of the current timeline where all villains just want to be loved.
Aww. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Peter is an old-fashioned villain, a Shakespearean villain. He's mostly Iago, a dash of Richard III, with just a sprinkle of Lady Macbeth thrown in for flavor. Despite what the polling shows here and over at the official Teen Wolf Wiki app, I don't actually think it's that complicated. Peter Hale always was, is, and will be a bad guy. If you enjoy these little jaunts into Teen Wolf canon and nostalgia, you're welcome to join us. Subscribe and get on the bus every week as we go back to Beacon Hills. I'll start by answering that specific viewer question. Why did Peter act like a bad guy before the fire drove him to be an insane blue Bigfoot? All the answers are in there in the Season 3 episode Visionary, but they're not actually said out loud until Season 4. First, a warning. In Visionary, only believe the flashback or what you can see for yourself. Never trust adult Peter's telling of this story because he's lying. Back in the before time, we see Peter always lurking and watching. He spies on Derek and his ladylove Paige. He then spies on Talia in their meeting with the other alphas. And if you notice, he seems very interested when Ennis forcefully defies Talia.
Useless debate. I'm done with it.
Ennis, don't.
It's after this display of defiance against Talia and the status quo that Peter sets about manipulating Derek into turning Paige.
I'd probably be thinking about it all the time.
Thinking about what?
Or finding out. There's really only one way to make sure you'll always be together. Turn her.
Laura told you about the packs being here, right? There are more alphas than I've ever seen in one place. Your mother would never do it, and these packs won't be here much longer. The time to do it is now. One little bite, and she never gets sick again. She stays younger, more beautiful. Derek, the bite is a gift.
It's important to realize that this whole thing has very little to do with Paige. Peter's goal is to somehow emotionally connect Derek to the only alpha brash enough to defy Talia. If he can get Paige into Ennis's pack, then Derek is not only in debt to the angry alpha, he'll be constantly influenced by Ennis's kill-first attitude via his girlfriend Paige. Peter is grooming Derek. He's showing him that his way, Peter's way, of immediate action is superior to Talia's leadership style, which calls for wisdom first and action only as a last resort. He's trying to take control of Talia's son to weaken Talia. That's it. There's nothing more complicated here. He never shows sympathy or love for Derek any more than Scar does for Simba. Peter is already a fully formed villain at this early point in his life. Peter's motivation is more show than tell in Visionary, but all that is made clear when we get a glimpse inside Peter's head in the Season 4 episode Monstrous. This is our bridge between the Hale House fire and Peter's killing spree in Season 1.
I predicted this. I told
home.
I told Talia.
This was going to happen.
I said that they were gonna come for us.
The Argents are gonna come for us. They're gonna burn us to the ground. Did she listen? Listen. Of course not. They listened to her. That everything was gonna be fine. We were all perfectly safe. She made us weak.
And what happens to the weakest in the herd? They get picked off by the predators.
We used to be the apex predators.
While Peter will claim that these are the ravings of a man driven mad with pain, he references conversations he had with his sister prior to the fire about her management of the family, her influence on the wider supernatural world, and their live and let live relationship with the Argent family. Talia referenced her philosophy on this last bit back in Visionary when she pointed out to Ennis that the Argents were, at that point, sticking to their code of only hunting those who hunt them.
It's his right. We're not the only people to adhere to rituals thousands of years old.
As he expressed in his coma rant, Peter thought Talia's leadership was too weak to keep the family safe. His plan to kill everybody and start over is really the only crazy thing about any of this. The rest, his critique of his sister, is an honest recitation of how he felt before the fire. He always thought the only way to keep the family safe was to dominate and destroy the Argents. He could not tolerate the ongoing détente and was looking forward to taking over the family once he was fully healed. And we saw how that went down once he was fully healed.
Peter?
Now, he claims he was driven mad with pain, and we all kind of believed him at the time, but Peter's actions after the fire, while not as elegant and artful, match pretty well with his actions prior to the fire. He manipulated and used people to meet his ends. He disposed of his niece to gain the Alpha Spark and kept Derek running around in circles despite Derek's desperate pleas for help.
Just give me anything. Blink, raise a finger, just anything.
Peter only revealed himself once he was caught, and he felt it was too late for anyone to stop his revenge plan. Now, I could go into his role in Season 2, manipulating Lydia from beyond the grave, or recap the whole Season 4 plan that had him teaming up with Kate Argent to kill Scott, but that's really all just more of the same pattern of villainy. Manipulating and moving people like pieces around a chessboard in pursuit of power. Peter sticks to this pattern throughout, and I don't personally believe that changes once we get into that perceived redemption arc in Season 6. Now, if enough people show interest in this video, I'll follow up next time with why I don't think anything Peter does in Season 6 changes his villain status. Thanks for watching. Do the YouTube things, like, and tell me in the comments if you want that follow-up. I'll see you next time we go back to Beacon Hills.